Attempting to provide relief to our teetering financial system, Congress passed and President Bush signed into law the $700 billion TARP legislation. Since then, it has become evident that the problems leading up to that crisis did not accumulate overnight. In fact, flaws in our risk management systems, both governmental regulations and private mechanisms, have been growing for decades. In coming weeks, Congress and the administration will examine options for strengthening our regulatory structure. This long overdue. The gaps in the system have grown too large to be ignored. We cannot count on current regulations to prevent another crisis. While considered by many an issue for the financial services industry, how we address those gaps will be critical for all small businesses. It is imperative that as we look at alternatives for updating our financial regulations, we carefully consider how these changes might affect entrepreneurs. Small businesses rely on the healthy functioning of our financial systems in order to access capital. New rules governing how financial institutions extend credit will directly affect entrepreneurs seeking loans at affordable rates. The biggest challenge facing small firms right now is access to affordable capital. We must be careful that regulatory changes do not exacerbate the current capital shortage and undercut our recovery as it begins to take hold. Likewise, financial regulatory reform could unintentionally touch sectors of the small business community that we do not think of as financial institutions. Businesses that allow customers to pay for goods and services after delivery are essentially extending credit. Congress and the administration must be careful not to define the term credit too broadly. Otherwise, businesses like home builders, physicians, and others may face new rules that we were not meant to for them. Small businesses come in all shapes and sizes, and there are many in the financial sector. Community banks and credit unions could see their business models profoundly affected by many of the proposed changes. Small firms in the financial sector often face higher compliance costs than the larger competitors. Several proposals will result in small lenders answering to a new regulatory entity. I expect some of our witnesses today will testify that small lenders bear less responsibility for the recent turmoil and therefore should not carry the brunt of new regulations. This argument seems to carry at least some credibility. The committee should consider it carefully as we proceed. As both lenders and borrowers, small businesses have much at stake when it comes to regulatory reform. The financial crisis of last year and the recession it triggered have hit small firms hard. As much as anyone, entrepreneurs want this problem fixed so that financial markets can again play their vital role in promoting commerce. Numerous strategies have been floated for restoring transparency and stability to our financial system. Depending on how they are crafted, these proposals could touch every sector of the American economy. For these reasons, we have invited representatives from a range of industries to testify. It is my hope that their testimony will add important perspective to our discussion. On that note, I would like to take the opportunity to thank all the witnesses for taking time of your busy schedule to be here with us today. And I yield to Ranking Member Graves for an opening statement.